Hello, hello, chat. Just in time for the Titan Tuesday to start. Hope audio is all good. The video seems to be checking out, at least so far. If it glitches, I'm not sure how I can fix it because it is a glitch themed. It is a glitch themed OBS that I've been having for a really long time. My excuse is for glitch as well. The game's about to start any second now. We are just 8 seconds to kick off, and we are going to play Tile Tuesday. But we are also going to have a look at the Indian yogis against chess brass from time to time, and we start we start against uh, filthy player from the United States of America. I guess we do our usual stuff. We control the center. Stay away from P3 nonsense diseases. Again, developing our pieces, playing towards control of the center, developing our knight. Short casual, we can get the pawn to A3 at some point to prevent any knight related stuff. Next, we'll go C4, B4, E4, take all the space that's on the chessboard. So we have B4 out there. Bishop will go to B2 next to develop the bishop play against B5. We don't do that, but we have no on right to better place. Bishop, yes, bishop to B2. Queen to E2 is a good follow up to have. And now I think just look to see how we don't want to get an E4, E5 at some point, but not yet. Okay, it takes, we take with the queen. And now, can we take this pawn by capturing everything? But at the end, our d3 bishop also helps. So, what do we do against this? One option is to play d5 and e4 with the idea of knight e3. This is certainly an option. This whole construction of this feels sus. And it feels like there has to be something good out there. Let's not do any DeFi related stuff. We have to calculate E4. And let's do the Magnus. Two things the Magnus Carlsen. But keeping this first. By choosing the laziest possible option. That's what I call the Magnus Carlsen. The plan was to take this. We'll go C6. Actually, this is not a great idea from my standpoint. Because you can just play C6 and we see a good follow. Good way to continue to exert pressure. Yeah, go knight 8, right? We need to watch out for what you want. Prophylaxis. We put our pawn on dark curves. Do things, yeah. I cannot expected him to render this. Stay does bishop up, right? Queen takes h3, we can just take it. Okay, bishop f1 is one simple option to defend the h3 pawn. h3 is certainly attacked, by the way. It's simple. He'll probably go some rook f5 and we'll take the c6. Is what I expect to happen. You also need to watch out for some. Okay, takes this. Because the queen is doing a good job here controlling the enemy queen from advancing. Knight to d4. We can take on a6, but it's better to take with the knight. If the skewer would allow rook d1 check, so that wouldn't have been good. We can play knight d7. I do have reservations about taking this knight to a6 because it is kind of far away. But a pawn is a pawn. That's an argument that you can't really. Sometimes hard to argue against. Also, the return journey doesn't cost lower, and it's not like traveling from India to the continent. It's called undermining. Yeah, undermining the secret. Also, look into uh, uh, kind of and more and so things a loser look onto a really nice clock. With the foot C4, we could do two. But let's take on C6. The day check and we should include incoming of next. Just two pieces. Yeah, now I was kind of thinking this should win. Just checking if that's the case. It seems to be the case. There is also knight d7, knight f5 related stuff, but I think bishop d3 is game. Queen h5 checkmate is a threat. So rook e1 check, it can just do king g2 and he resigns. But if he had given me a chance, I would have gone queen h5 checkmate. But yeah, that was nice. That was smooth. That was comfortable. Thought I'd be commentating Coaches League. We can also look at it from time to time. Oops, the voice is not proper. We'll see how that can be fixed. How bad is the voice though? Recently, I've been having problems with my noise cancellation. Actually, that's the reason why the voice has been kind of inconsistent, so to speak. But yeah, let me know. Let me know about. The sound is too low. That can be fixed. Or is the sound of the music too low? That can also be fixed. Can have more of music, less of my voice, which is not. So to give you updates on the Pro Chess League, seems like the Canadian chess bras have won 2.5, 1.5 the first round, but it is going to be thrilling and exciting. It also featured a massive upset. Trio 2, Razvan defeating Ronak Sadhwani. And this guy seems to be quite underrated, but has had excellent results. He defeated Liang Amanda earlier with the black pieces. And Liang was winning against Magnus Carlsen, none other than Magnus Carlsen. He didn't win that game, he lost it, but still, Catalan Q9 kills game. You don't start with the Brahmastra, you kind of build towards it. You don't go for deadly destruction right from the beginning. So that's why we always reserve the Catalan for some really important situations, important games. Oh, look, it's Nihal's who is playing. Nihal Sarin is playing, Arjun is playing, Hikaru is playing, and Fabiano Caruana, a regular guest in the Titan Tuesday arena, also probably streaming. No Stockfish Road? Really? Great of him. Are we talking about some kind of a side joke? Are we talking about the games of the players? Oh, hello, Doctor Modi. Still some games going on in the first round, I guess. But yeah, we had a pretty comfortable lead. And also the games of Coaches League, the second one hasn't yet started. But the WR Chess Masters is also going on. I should have probably set the scene before getting. Let's do it now. And let's get the scene ready for WR Chess Masters and Coaches League. So we can just quickly hop on to it side by side. 476 players in the title Tuesday. Hi, hi, Akshay. So 476 players, and there's going to be a lot of games. So we might have to wait a while. What I wanted to tell is Mukesh seems to be exactly doing what Magnus Carlsen used to do several years ago. He's been playing amazingly well in WR Masters. Although it's not like he's been leading there, he hasn't scored an 8 out of 8. He hasn't set the stage on that kind of fire yet. But what he's doing is quite impressive. And today also, he just went out of the opening as quickly as possible, which used to be the specialty of Magnus. Back, oh, the game has started, by the way, so it's good. It used to be a bit of a specialty of Magnus when he first onto the scene at a time when everyone else were booking up, looking at stock. Ripka, there's a Ripka that Magnus used to be able to take the game out of the opening ASAP and just outplay his opponents. He was also very good at making those moves which were not suggested by the computer. And I would say that when I first heard about Mukesh's approach of not using engine, I didn't really think highly about it. I thought, okay, this guy will get caught in the opponents. He will get outgunned by his opponents. But through the years, it has worked out exactly as it was intended to be, or exactly how it was portrayed. Huge respect for my friend Grandmaster Vishnu, who also stuck by his guns. And yeah. So, aside from being very impressed by Mukesh's play, I'm also quite fond of this knight. So E6 is probably the E6. This is a very nice pawn structure to have. But he has completed his development. He will get the route to D1 or the next move. He can just remove his knight and get out onto D6. This is a good greenfield to have. Quite often we don't recapture, but try to attack, target the C3 pawn. So just moving our queen away, just in case. Bishop can go to E6, F5 and B7. All these squares works well. Let's go to B7. Oh, I spent a little too much time studying in the geniuses of my opening play. Actually, I was explaining the genius of Mukesh, and in the process, I forgot that this pawn is going to be vulnerable. I was just exactly going towards this. What are we going to do with that? Because bishop e4, he takes on b6 anyway. Takes. Rook takes a8. Damn. So I just got a bit extra personal seeing that my opponent is from Canada. And an extension of the India versus Canada match today. Just go bishop e4 and see. Although it was quite stupid of me, quite careless to just do this whole thing. AB6, I'll just play queen b7 and that will allow b takes a7. So AB6 will take a takes b6. Rook takes a. We'll just sacrifice the pawn and play. Whole lot of games, but okay, so this question shouldn't really be worse for me. We'll just control everything. Bishop f6 because I don't want to allow read check. So change my mind about rook on this. Let's make him. Let's put the pressure on him. Let him be the one to try and come up with a plan to end him. We are not going to push for, which is the logical thing to do, but sometimes people when they are higher rated they kind of lose objective, which as experienced people we don't do that, right? So my volume is pretty high actually. I can decrease the music volume of course, but do you really want? Okay, so this is a draw because I can just take this and at best it's going to be a draw. I think he's just panicked. If I take ED, then he takes knight f6. Let's just take this, take this, take this. One, rook b2. We go bishop e. Now let's just try and play a bit. See how it goes. So this bishop is active. I'm threatening bishop e5 check. Of course, he's gonna see that. This is not the kind of stuff people fall in international stuff. Here I'm trying to put my pawn onto h5. So just trying to create a little bit of imbalance in the pawn structure. G3, we want h4. If he starts with h4, then we play some bishop c3, rook h4 check, and bishop comes back on time to f6. But he can still do h4, yeah. He's not going to do and just kind of reset. Now we just take the pawn. Before we'll just play. For now, this makes sense. Protecting any entry points. We just play around the protecting the getting the king onto the game. Just playing a few functions. How we want to get the rook on the beat. That's what I expected. Just one check, king back and again he has to keep a bishop in this spot. All the way. He's gone into full defensive. He's pulled back completely. Okay, not here. He knows his zone. Right. Start making some moves. Topless. Make moves. We are not really getting it. Not getting anywhere in this tab of an internet problem. Cool. Failed out with a dollar code. Suddenly I felt like my time was getting lower faster. With chess.com and the lag related stuff, it happens so much. So I just wanted to be careful about that. Then we have made sure that we didn't lose that. Should have been a bit embarrassing. Now let's have a look at the Pro League games. I don't think I have a Steam quite set that into the qualifier. Yeah, okay. Round 2. The games haven't started, but it's Carlson against Aronia Ghosh. The Aryan game has started against Vaishali. Vidit is playing against Razwan, who has done well above his rating, and the Raunak Jennifer Yu game should be a win for the Yogis for sure. And this you kind of expect Magnus to have a clean sweep against Aronia Ghosh, but that said, there has been Indian upsets in the past against Magnus. It hasn't been totally unheard of for a low-rated Indian to defeat a much higher-rated opponent, and Magnus hasn't been an exception to this at all. So yeah, this is going on. I'll just put it on mute so you can also hear my moves. There's a clear distinction between my moves and their moves. Indians are down by 2.5, 1.5 at the end of round 1. Round 2 is going on. Let's have a look at how Vidit is doing. Equal pawns. There is a bit of a slight difference in the pawn structure between white and black. Vidit is playing much faster. He has 8 minutes against 5 minutes. And overall, this is the kind of position which Vidit quite enjoys. A slight advantage where he can keep pressing. So, Vidit having a bit of an edge here. But in terms of position, I think black is doing absolutely fine. He will probably recapture with the queen, I think, because the knight is doing a decent job on e5, looking at the c4 pawn. The queen also eyes squares like e4 as soon as it goes to b7. And black is fine here. So Magnus is better. Aryan Tari is certainly better against Vaishali. Knight d5 was not a good move. Meanwhile, my game has begun, so let's get back to this. I have lost 6 precious seconds. And yeah, this is back to title Tuesday. 1.5 out of 2. The third game. Not quite happy with my draw in the previous round against a much lower rated opponent. Bishop f5, we do e4. Queen a4 is not bad. So these kind of structures are always a bit better for white. More space for white. The pawn on c4 against the pawn on b6. We also have the d5 square. Now there are these ideas with queen h5 and bishop h3. So quite difficult to defend with h3. Queen h5 we go g, but he wants bishop e6. The point is he's gonna put pressure on c4, so just bishop d2, protecting everything, ensuring there's b3 against rook c8, and the c3 point is also protected. So bishop to d2, queen h5. We can always go g4, and there's d5. There's d5's intention, but we can take the pawn on d5. That shouldn't really bother us so much. And rook f8 is just piling on something that's quite well protected for the moment. Any idea of d5 also prevented? Queen b6, knight b5, knight b4 is an idea we can play. The other option is that the b3 is also. So keep up the speed, I guess. And now I was thinking bishop e3, knight a7 should trap this two. But bishop e3, yes, queen a5. So just a5 and knight d2 should do the needful. I think it has to be. The knight first of good score. Good old positional chess. Here. Good goal is back. So on to B4 or bishop to E3. That's one way of doing things. And yeah, minus motion. E5 is max C2. That angle. Next we'll play C5 and this play 6 pawns closed. I do expect we are going for the A6 pawn. We take C5. We can take with the rook as well, and we can also play. No, just take with the knight. So no compensating. Queen comes down. It's just a pawn. Just a pawn to a simple method to eliminate more of his counterplay. The unfortunate thing is we can't get the rook to A1. We also like to get the pawn to B5, which seems possible after this previous one. Just covering that, but I think that's the previous one. Simple strategic game. Simple strategic strategy. Catalan bishop is just you're only gonna have to. The Catalan bishop just speaks for itself. It would be great to keep this bishop alive, but we don't have to. It has done its job, and now queen to c6, rook into a7. Queen c6 is certainly one option. It's probably the simplest option as well. Again, I'm really lazy to allow him to do some kind of defense. So it would be great if I have a better move. In fact, something like queen d7 with the idea of queen d7 might be more powerful. So applying Magnus is. Oh yeah, why did I change my OPS scene? This is fine. So, now queen d7 was the intention. Huh? Yeah. Now getting this book about then we'll just doing this time. It's really pleasing to win games like this with absolutely no counterplay to the opponent. Although it's hard to do this against grandmasters, but when we can do it, these Title Tuesday tournaments, it's just a lot of fun. Back to the Indian newbies versus chess brass. Magnus is certainly winning. These are the last nodes of the Magnus game. Rook a6 played, the queen is attacked. The queen has to go to e1, and then the queen moves in with queen c7. Magnus beats these grandmasters like. It's a one question, very personal, but you can tell me how to tackle. Why do you think I'm good at telling you how to tackle this? My friend who used to study with me is selected in an exam. I've been eliminated from the last round. How am I supposed to relate with that? Because I get eliminated in the first round of everything I play in. Yeah, Magnus has won that one, which is a bit of a foregone conclusion. The worrying thing for Yogis is Raunak's form. He lost the first round. And Raunak is someone who is very hot and cold. Sometimes he just breathes like a dragon. And sometimes he has like the worst tournament a player can have. So Raunak is not in a winning position against Jennifer Yu right now. This is a board where they will look to score 4 out of 4 against Jennifer Yu. And Vaishali in particular, he will look to score a point here. But Raunak not having a winning position, it's still not yet to the point of worrying because the time travel is yet to come for Black. But so far, she seems to have things very much under control. And will probably bring in the queen to take the e5 pawn. Raunak wants to put his knight on this d5 square. So the position is still very much, it very much has a lot of complexity. Still quite a lot of winning chances. The Vaishali game is very troubling for Yogis because it is an extra pawn for white. Still holdable for black. There are still chances of a draw. And the Vidit Razvan game, this bishop is just beautiful. And as I mentioned earlier, Vidit is just good in these kind of situations. He's good in these kind of positions. So trust Vidit to pull things back. And I still think there are good chances that Vidit and Raunak will win this, pulling back 2 points for the Yogis, leaving it to the Aryan Vaishali game, which Aryan is a huge favorite to win because of the time difference. He has a 2-minute advantage over Vaishali. So Aryan is a big favorite here. Now, as for your question, Abhinav, I mean, it just how does it really change anything what your friend has done or not done? Your life goes on the same way, right? Like, what difference does it make in any way at all? What does it change? Meanwhile, what's going on in the WR Chess Masters? 3 games are going on, but of particular interest for us is the game of Gukesh against Jan Nepomucci, where this pawn is better than this pawn because it allows this knight the c3 square. So white has this unpleasant task of defending this position. And Gukesh just outplayed his opponent. Something remarkable. Outplaying someone like Jan Nepomucci, the world championship challenger, and could very well be the world champion. In fact, I think he starts as a bit of favorite in the match against Deng Lishan. Chat, who do you think is the favorite between Nepomucci against Deng in the matchup against Nepomucci and Deng? Oh, but seriously, how? What difference does it make? What your friend does? Is it a friendly rivalry with a friend, or is it that you'll be staying apart from the friend? So the thing I've seen in life is that everyone's peaks happen at different point. No, I think there is still a bit of difference in terms of engine health. At one point, I think it used to be equal, but now there is a difference in technology between people who can afford more because it has become incredibly expensive. The cloud computer, you can really keep upgrading, and the ceiling is very high, so you can spend a lot of money on that. Meanwhile, the round 4 has begun. I'm playing against Jeet Jain. Don't quite remember. I do remember Jeet, but I can't quite recall where I last saw him. We stick with our good old solid setups. To capture the center. Knight develops. This knight also develops. He takes d5, knight takes d5. Rookie one will castle, just short castle. E takes d5, there will be knight takes d5. H6 is usually to enable bishop e6, so there's no knight g5. Also, we can just get some rook e8 in, but I think I'll start with bishop e6. So, but ed, what are we doing? a3, I'll play a5. ed, maybe I'll play bishop d5, so knight c2 is a weak move. Queen c2, you can play queen d7 with this. Or a4 also, I don't know. Just play it fast and got some important things. I have an idea of what I'm doing, which don't really do. But yeah, allowing this a4 might make him question a few things. This rook to d8, so this rook is protecting a4. Next, we want d8 and queen d3, or just knight a5 and knight d2. This is also possible. E takes d5 will take with the bishop, which has been the plan from the beginning. Because knight c4 will be met by e4 in that case. I really don't like this move c4 by him. This doesn't feel good at all. And I can take either of these 2 pawns. It goes to the same thing, but it's a really weakening move. And if you look at his development, he's just underdeveloped. I'll take on c4 because d takes c4 will some knight takes c4 additional option. And I think now the simplest way to cement an advantage is to play the queens. We will go to an endgame with more space. Although in the beginning it might feel like he has got some belief. This endgame is actually quite unpleasant. Yeah, he has to play knight b1, but knight a5 has these dual threats, and he'll probably play knight to d2, and I'll get this knight. Knight a5 with the idea of knight b3, or capture the c4 pawn, and if knight of d2, then knight c6 and knight d4. Hello, Mikasa. Welcome back. Thank you so much once again for the present. It was lovely. I loved it so much. Thank you so much. You're the best. He comes back without that thing, and I'll go with this. Not totally unexpected, and he's in a state of paralysis. So, prophylactic move against this advance of the B pawn. In general, we try to discourage people pushing this B pawn, and in this case, c4 will hang. Rook e3 doesn't really do things for him. Rook to d8. He wants to c5 too. Feels like we took care of a decisive blow here of some sort. I can just play one. Let's play the low c5. Yeah. Mind a Galaxy. Even a Samsung Galaxy is not a bad thing. Yeah, threatening to come in with a piece of with something too. Am I disconnected or is he? Okay, so it was temporary. Whenever the timer stops, I get a bit of PTSD. Sure about my previous match. Because now this loses knight to get in. Also, it has been enough of maneuvering around. It is time to finish off this. We'll capture those two. Did I allow him to do that? A disaster by any means, but maybe it allows him some breathing space. But yeah, now it has also allowed some exposure, some entry point for us also to play. To be able to invade, like black to play and then be simple. Very least I'll take this. Rook C1 and Rook C3 check is one way to do. Rook C3 check. Just check. Cool. So that was not bad from us. And why is this showing this? Let's get back to the what? What happened to the chess bras against yogis? What? Guys, come on. Chess.com, come on. What is it, restricted or what? The Pro League games. It's not live, so that's why it's not showing. For some reason, when it's not live, it's not showing. Weird stuff. So what were the results? I'll just read out the results shortly. Meanwhile, Mukesh is doing his thing. He's defeating Jan Nepomniachtchi, the World Championship challenger. And wow, chess. What? Vidit lost. Guys, Vidit lost. Oh my god. This is turning to be a kind of meltdown for the yogis. Vidit is. Wow. So only Ronak won. They lost 3-1. And Vidit got mated by this Razvan Priyoto, which is incredible. This guy is like playing the next level of chess. He defeated Ronak, he defeated Vidit, two of top Indian yogis. Meanwhile, at the top, these guys still have to play Magnus, Ronak and Vidit. 5.5, 2.5 for chess brass, but we have seen comebacks. So if the chess brass could go to a 5.5, 2.5 lead, then maybe the yogis will also be able to live back. Who knows? Meanwhile, in the early title Tuesday, at the end of 4 rounds, for once we are not in the lead. We are usually in the lead, and I put an Instagram story at this time. That happens when I play off stream, but this time we are not in the lead. Instead, it is a bunch of people at 4 out of 4, 16 players, including Mitrava. Mitrava is out there with 4 out of 4. And out there in the people below us, Arjun has 3 out of 4. We have 3.5 out of 4. So once again, at the end of 4 rounds, we are showing who's the boss. if Title Tuesday was a 4-round tournament, we would be ahead of so many grandmasters, so many, including Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru in many events. But unfortunately, it's an 11-round event, and the easy points stop after the first 4 rounds. It's a sad part of the Swiss system. So, but yeah, let's not reveal all the truths here. If you're just joining, this is where I am in chat usually 3.5 out of 4 at the end of 4 rounds. This is how the tournament generally goes. This is the point where I stay ahead of Fabiano, Arjun, and then I lose interest. I don't really want to play anymore. Today I'm on stream, so I'm playing, but I get tired of all the easy wins. It stops getting challenging. You can imagine how it feels like. So I just stop playing post this point. The first 4 rounds is a chance for people to actually challenge me and pose that. Anyway, so this is the Title Tuesday. It's not the most interesting thing. Bukesh, on the other hand, this is the 5th round. So he's one guy who continues to go after the first 4 rounds. I don't know why this is not in the dark mode, but yeah, this pawn is just toast. And knight c5, there is rook a5, knight c5, knight d7, there is rook takes b7. In any case, this rook on b1 is hanging. So at the moment, Jan is kind of trying to hope for some rook in b7, knight c5 tricks. Bukesh, of course, is not going to fall for that. Instead, he will play something like rook a3, get the rook to the 5th rank, and then take the b7 pawn. And he has a really good chance of defeating Jan, which would be an incredible thing. Not something. It's not going to be Bukesh's last win against the elite, but Anish, meanwhile, is losing. He's completely lost, actually. I can just look at the evaluation bar, forget about the position, and know that it's losing. But to understand and explain why it's losing, now I have to look at the board. And this king is on the 8th rank. There are 2 rooks on the 7th rank blocking this king. So he can give a rook f7 check, put that pawn onto e6. This pawn is an advanced passer. And there's a good chance that this pawn is going to win. There will be the combined threats of checkmate and the advance of this pawns. And at one point, Anish will be forced to allow one of them. It just passed the 40 move mark, so they would have received more time. And both the players are thinking at this point, but Anish is completely lost. The other matchup between Vincent Teamer against Abdusatru Nodibak. Nodibak has been on quite a roll in recent times. He was so close to winning the Tata Steel Masters in Mackenzie, and here also he started off quite well. A very easy draw against Jan Nepomucci. He won the 2nd round against Vincent. He won the 2nd round against Prague, but today his play felt a bit rash. He sacrificed a pawn. Here he just sacrificed a rook. But Vincent is, of course, not going to just sit and let him bully him. And he has struck back with e6, which opens his c3 bishop up and allows him to create threats against the g7 point. So bishop into e6 will be replied with rook g1, and it's just a rook up in case it goes into an endgame. So looks like we are going to have 3 decisive games. It's going to be a win for Aronia, it's going to be a win for Bukesh and Vincent. The Prague game ended in a draw earlier. It was a Petrov defense. And the Esipenko Wesley game has also ended in it. So these are the standings. Wesley has gone to 3 out of 5. He's played 5 games. Aronian is on a roll. He's going to go back to 2750. No surprises there. He's a legend. So he'll go to 4 out of 5. Bukesh will probably go to 3.5. Very, very promising chances to win this. And Estipenko will is already drawn, so 2.5 out of 5. Anish having a tough time. He'll probably go to 2 out of 5. He's not in his home ground anymore. Duda has lost the first game, so he's on 2 out of 5. He lost against Wesley, so in a Catalan, by the way. And Abdus Satro will go to 2 out of 5. Rag is already on 2 out of 5. And Vincent will also get to 2 out of 5. Meanwhile, the fifth round of Title Tuesday hasn't yet started, but let's see where are our yogis? Why is it? Oh yeah, there we go. Some of the games starting there. Array, it came now and it disappeared instantly. Okay, my game has started. And we are playing Denis Lazarevic. Oops, the clock has started. Looking to modest. Why I didn't play Catalan against him though? Because this opening is not likely to pose problems to someone of this strength. I mean, not like he's god level or something. I noticed that he has become a GM recently. He was always at a GM strength, Denis Lazarevic, but for the title to count officially, it took a while. Weakening the spawn. I don't know why I played the spawn to A3. Doesn't really make any sense. Spawn is much better now. It comes to C4. Still can't move this knight. But if I play the knight to E2, we might be able. Makes a lot of sense. So I want to get this knight to E2. Not able. This throws a spanner in our smooth lane. How do we let's just get this 95 more out of our mind. Then we need to do see. Highly undesirable. Allowing him to play knight e4. Kya kare? Sometimes we all have to settle doing things we don't want to. And earlier, okay, I just blended a pawn like an idiot. Maybe I haven't blended out. Yeah, I blended. Why did I do this? Unfortunately, rook c2, bishop e5, queen d5, there is rook d8. Oh, this is going like all the other title Tuesdays. Get back or compost. Beautiful. And to also pick up my speed. Bonus. See how would be to any big chat command. Let's try to defend. Sometimes it's also good to overcome good situation. Sometimes it's a good random. I gave most times it's a good sometimes. Taking the thing to a safer place. Get some comfort. Really have high hopes. There are some miraculous situations where this can be done by being put on some. But the time situation has to be reversed. The last of it. We have given some 96 check here. Stupid game. But okay, so having a look at Ronak against Magnus, who seems to be in beast mode here. Magnus is completely winning here, and this was an upset which the Yogis really needed because they're already down by 3 points. And here, what is the. He can just take D take C5. Everything is better for Magnus because he's up by a pawn and he might win a second pawn really soon. Things not looking encouraging for Ravana and the Yogis. Now, this is another big game which Yogis really need to win. And here, oh, there's no beast within me. Thus, I forgot to click animal. I have like big mistake. But yeah, with it, once again, he has a big time advantage. His last game must be hurting him quite a bit. Though. That was a big loss. Vaishali is doing quite decently so far. She's holding her own, and she's not doing bad at all. And this one, Yogis will need a win badly, which they will likely to get against Jennifer Yu. So if they can once again keep it close, then they can kind of hope for Vaishali to defeat Jennifer. It's still on, I would say. The match is still on, despite being 3 points down. The match is still very much on because if they can take it till the last round, then they will try to count on a point in the matchup between the women players, Vaishali against Jennifer Yu. Oh, the next game has started. Victor's Cliaro is also streaming. Okay, so it's important not to get into a tilt in these kind of situations. What is the opening P6? This is a kind of strange move for the AI. Remembering opening is such a pain. Seriously. Such a pain. Nines. But I think G5 here. Open playing so fast and confident. GH4 Queen G7 is a definitely a deep mess. Now it's time to start developing through like sequence. Going to be 6 B7. Yeah, Bishop D7 is definitely on the cards. And we also want to get in some A5 and stuff like D7. A5, Knight, A7, these are options. But okay, I'm not a big fan of that position. Yeah, I'm not really a big fan. Get Knight F6. Knight F4. A5. Okay, I'm playing complete horrible chess because I just missed that after ED as E6. This is like totally how I used to play when I'm not playing at it. And totally unnecessary also. It's not like my opponent is playing super sure. Here I'm losing a piece because Queen C7 goes to B6. AB, that's just yeah, Queen C6. Okay, we are just going to lose this. Let's just move. Point even continuing this game, I think. Or even the tournament. Should we even continue this tournament? It's listed as a mate. Oh, Ronak lost that game almost as badly as I lost my game. But chat, it's still not over. It's still not over because again, I'm telling you, if the Yogis can win the rest of the matches, then they might be in with a chance. Oh, congratulations, Anshika. They might be in with a chance in the last round. Again, that Vaishali game is crucial. There's also the Magnus against Vedit game, but Yogis are a much bigger favorite in the Vaishali game compared to the Magnus Vedit game, I think. I personally think the gap is bigger. Yeah, it is title Tuesday. It is title Tuesday, but it is more like Tilted Tuesday. I sense that was your question. So it is certainly more like a Tilted Tuesday. And I don't even want to complete the tournament anymore. So I guess we will. Oh, this one. This is the Pro Chess League. So we are also spectating Pro Chess League on the side. Meanwhile, Nepomniachtchi has managed to trick Caucasian time trouble because of this cute idea with G3 check rook h3. Gukesh has managed to, Nepomniachtchi has managed to trick his opponent and he's managed to save this game. This was a tight one. Black was completely winning here, but yeah, he should have played b3 here. For once, he should have played b3. I don't know why people don't play b3. They should do more of it. It's a very unfair and sad thing. So yeah, back to the Pro League. It was 6.5, 2.5. It is still 6.5, 2.5. Vidit against Aryan Tari. Vidit is upping the pressure against Aryan. He had a highly unexpected loss in the previous round. He just got mated on the f5. And the game between Razvan and Vaishali, where Razvan, who has defeated both Ronak as well as Vedit, would have been a huge favorite. Now, this one is also not going according to Chess Brass way. It can very well be an upset. The position actually looks dangerous for white. Queen h4 is coming in, knight f4 is coming in, queen h5, queen e5, or just get the queen onto this diagonal and create threats against white's king. Mainly queen h4 and knight f4. No queen h4, queen e5, that doesn't make sense. But yeah, queen h4, knight f4, and black is very much in with a shot here. The game between Jennifer Yu against Aroniak, it's balanced right now. Although I have a feeling that Aroniak will manage to pull this off somehow. But let's see. Let's see how it goes in the last moments. But yeah, this one, Gukesh unfortunately ends up with a draw. He would be very disappointed. He had outplayed his opponent. It ends in a draw. Vincent is completely winning against Abdus Saturu Nodiabek. So there's not much to look here. And Aronian is also completely winning against Anish. So we're going to have this regular two decisive games here, I think. And this was an highly embarrassing loss for me. Let's hope that it doesn't happen again, such a game. We need to get back to form. I'm going to look at the chat a little less while I'm playing. And I'm going to also talk a little less while I'm playing. So then the question is, why am I even streaming? But okay, there are these there is this interval between the games. Oh wait, is something going on in oh yeah, she cannot take bishop takes b6 because there is queen f4. So queen c1 with the idea of covering the f4 point, and queen h4 is incoming, knight h4 is incoming. I'd be very scared if I was knight f4 and the computer doesn't like it, probably because can white just ignore everything and take on b6? It's not obvious though. It's not at all obvious. And the yogis really need Vaishali to get going. It's obviously not bishop b6. Knight into h3 is a threat. But what else can white do? Is it bishop into b6, knight h3, and queen e3? Is that the point? That seems like the point. But highly dangerous question for white. Highly dangerous. Okay, guys, you don't really have to do anything different. Just let me ignore you. Give me the pleasure of ignoring the chat. You guys don't need to stay quiet or anything. Meanwhile, in the title Tuesday, normalcy has been restored. Arjun is on the top with 5 out of 6. Fabiano with 5 out of 6. Don't ask me how many points I have. We're not discussing. Yeah, the game has been. I'm playing an incredible number of players from Ukraine today. Or is it that they're all just having the Ukraine flag? Okay, chat. You do your normal stuff. I'm going to ignore you. It's not going to be the other way around. Okay. Full old London. The thing is, I can see the. Yeah, really. Out of 4. Out of 4. I have 3.5 out of 4. How can I not see you guys? How can I ignore you guys? I can't do it even if I want to. My head moves automatically towards chat. Do I do? Chat. Doesn't listen to you. Public B. I'm on stream. Suppose I don't play B3. It's such a horrible move in this position. Why would anyone play B3 in any position ever? Now, my opponent is actually playing pretty decently, although they are rated the modest 2300. Ratings are deceptive and create this. I want that knight on d6. Just want a nice, pretty night on. Pep takes D6, Knight takes D6. It goes good to you. Assuming it's a he, though I don't really know. Sure. So want to be able to take this, but I don't think I'll be able to take this. Five, four. Okay, once again, need to focus. Although this, then the knight comes to d3, which is the last thing we want to do. I said d3 by the way. If you misheard it as d3, then it's better. Just bring in pieces into the game. d90. Knight f6. Do we want here? Take this. Pawn to b4. Attack the queen. We'll have to watch out for knight d5 related stuff, so we're going queen g5 over the next. Yeah, no, queen to g. Oh, we missed rook d7, but fortunately we have knight c. And this rook is perfect. We need to get the rook to d7. Next, yeah, rook d7 and knight a. And knight e4, we go queen e5. Queen d3, I think we just take this, but there'll still be knight e4. So we could just go h4. Could we just... Oh, knight c6 is queen c3, I just forgot. Hitting this. It's not really a threat, because there's rook d8. We will just take knight c6 next. Unless he finds a way to stop that. Yeah, knight e4. Just take this one. Oh, we are getting low on time too. This knight on f3 protects the rook on e1. Queen b8 check this. Checkmate. Cool. Finally another win. Anshika, it's important to have self-control. Just putting things out of reach is not the solution for everything. Yeah, Vaishali has won as thought would happen. Yeah, फिर से just disappeared. Weird. So Carlson defeated Raunak, but we are still going into the last round with a lot of excitement. And Yogi struck back in all the three games, 6.5 and 2. So going into the last round, there is still all to play for. Magnus has won 3 out of 3, but yeah, so it's going to be Magnus against Vidit and Vaishali against Jennifer. And yeah, they can still come back. And I have feeling that the Yogis might just pull it off because there's just so much pressure on Magnus. And Vaishali is making a lot of difference. The women board matters a lot. So in team events, it has to be a united effort rather than one superstar pulling things through. And in Magnus's team, this has always been the problem. So let's see how that goes. The last round, all to play for. Let's see who's going to win that one. What do you think, chat? Yogis or chess bros? Let's put a poll. Shall we? Yeah, it was kind of expected. As I told, not to count them out. And I have feeling that Yogis are going to win this one, which would be incredible. But as I keep saying, the women board matters a lot. It has to be all four people scoring for the team. That's really important, and that's what will be a game changer in every team group. By the way, guys, our matchup is also coming up on Thursday, 11:30 p.m. against the St. Louis Archbishops. So that is also going to be an exciting matchup. We lost the first game in a heartbreaking way. We were leading 7-5. We were leading throughout, but it just got a bit messed up in the end. But we are hoping to come back. Right? We need to win 3 out of 5 in order to playoffs. And in the title Tuesday, we are at 4.5 out of 7. Yeah, 11:30 and Chicago. So usual time for our streams. I remember when I started streaming, I started at around 1 o'clock or something. My first ever stream was a GSCC match at Nihal. And then my third stream was, the second one was Arjun's JSCC match. The third one was the Nihal, the Hare Krishna St. Louis tournament, where I tried something new. And those were exciting times. Every stream there was something new to try, something new to learn. It has kind of become routine since, I guess. But yeah, I'm really excited for the last round of the Coaches League, the last round of the match between Chess Brad against Yogis. Yogis need to win 2.5 to go into the Let's Play. Cool, the next game has started. I'm playing a Candidate Master, but unfortunately not the CM that I want to play against. The CM that I want to play against is probably busy streaming himself and not playing the story. So I might have to settle for. I'm forced to settle for this. Who might be a strong player? We never know. What is WSC? World Scribble Championship? Yeah, the videos, the streams with Divya are always. He's the most fun person on the streams. I wish I could say the same off streams as well, but that would be stretching things a bit too. On stream, there's no question of. I was surprised that I won something. That's the expected thing, right? And especially Scribble, though I'm Massive favorite. Just so good at drawing things. How is that even a thing to talk about? Lately, I've been getting talking about old streams. Lately, I've been getting notifications of comments on some ancient streams. I don't know who's leaving what, but I just see some comment being typed. I wonder who's doing it. Who would go back to some ancient 2020 stream and leave comments like range, no chat? Who could it possibly be? Weren't the fun times, the lockdown times, 2020? I miss 2020 actually. I don't mind. A lot of good things have happened to me from 20 to 22, but I don't mind going back and experiencing it all again. Kind of having a replay. And it'll also be fun to explore what would have happened if I had not stopped streaming at all. That's something I'm curious of. Come on, how is that the best thing to happen? It's best thing for no one. That was the pandemic for me. The 1B3 course. It's called a well placed. Hello, Cavallo. Tell me about your growth story. What was it like? We are not talking about the weight, I assume. That's a bad joke. Apologies for that. Sorry for the name trap. Traps. What else can I do? This is horrible construct. Take this. 300. Oh, it's a blender. It's a blender. Stupid. I just forgot that this was imported. Did I do that? Okay. Let's try to display fast. The punishment for making a bad. Are you such dangerous threats on him? And has low time. Yeah. He's making good moves. At least we have gotten back the peace. What I expected. Yeah, rook d3 does. Let's just do it. Panic at first. I could find it for the Google only. Wait, this should do. Well, that was sad for him, but I win because the spawn wins and he played too slow, played too fast. What happened to all the people who used to watch the streams then? Well, when your channel stays inactive for a really long time, okay, just stop sending that notification. So you don't have any active subscribers anymore. Why are we even covering this? See, now yogis are going to win because even Magnus has certain limitations. So if he's doing nonsense like this, I don't really see him winning this match anymore. If Magnus doesn't win, it's going to be tough for the chess brass. So good news for us, chat. We also have 71% for yogis and 29% for chess brass. Suppose you get the notice, Antrika. You must have hit the bell icon or something. But yeah, Magnus did a sin. He did a crime. He did an unspeakable thing. We'll not even talk about. So guys, it's going to be easy draw for Vidit. It's going to be easy draw for Raunak. Aroniak will win and Vaishali will. So yogis will win 8.5 7. This is my prediction. What are your thoughts? Let me know. But this is my prediction for this matchup. We drew with Arjun twice with black when Arjun played. Yeah, of course, who will draw against one league? Aroniak's game has also started. It's an English opening, which is like Aroniak's pet opening. And Vaishali against Jennifer Yu, it's a big favorite. Vaishali is a big favorite. Tie breaks if 8-8 is blitz tie breaks with colors reversed from the 4th round. So I think that also, I don't know what will happen if it goes to the blitz tie breaks. In general, a lot of Indians don't do well in the online blitz tie breaks for some reason. I feel one reason for that is the internet. Internet is always slower for the Indians, and I have seen instances where due to lag we have lost games. It has happened for real. So then the question would be, how come it's happening in such a big event, big platform? Imagine if 8-8 and then VD again. Oh, please, that will never happen. VD is a sensible guy. I know there's quite often a lot of hate going on for VD on the internet, but say what you want. Like, he is a sensible guy. Yeah. I wish I can say the same about playing on leeches, but there's no title Tuesday on leeches. I can play the title arena, which I haven't played in a really long time. I can do it sometimes. I just dropped a penny while playing with it. This was a horrible game by the chat. I was down by a full piece in the title Tuesday, but my opponent blended back a piece like this in time travel or +8, as you can see, we blended back, and then a series of other blenders. But yeah, not at all proud of this game. Still nice to win, and 8 rounds are over on Titan Tuesday. There's still 3 more to go. Although I didn't really have a motivation to play more, I just end with the tournament and get out of it. Yeah, that is true. VD does care for content. But that was the old VD. The new VD doesn't really do a lot of content. He hardly streams. This position which Aroniak has got is something he's really comfortable. So he's very comfortable here. No Anshika. There's no arena things. Boring though. And this Petrov, it looks like Vaishali has occupied Jennifer. So she has gotten a time advantage, which is something quite important in this form. Vidit has a nice question here. He has a very harmonious question, a kind of symmetrical material. So, yeah, but that was a paid promotion on. Every stream that Vidit is doing these days, it's all some kind of a collab stream. Chess this week will be there for sure. Be there for sure. This position is interesting for yogis. You see, these pawns are all advanced, but they have created a lot of weaknesses on white's king side, so that might just come back to bite chess brass. Wow, this is such an exciting match, man. Last round going all the way down to the wire. And generally yogis have a tendency to pull things off in these kind of situations. You just they'll just be highly motivated. Chess brass will also be motivated, but the player with the stronger woman player, they always have an advantage. This is not just the stronger woman player, it's more like the player with a holistic approach with all 4 boards contributing. Like 2 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 2 out of 4, 2.5 out of 4 will win against 4 to 1.50. And for chess brass, it has been one horse carrying most of the weight, Magnus Carlsen. So this is our all-important match. Magnus having a little bit of pressure against Vedit. If he can create these 2 pawns for these 2 pawns, it would be game over. So if he can get something like a5, it would be instantly over. But it is not that easy to do that. Knight c5 is one more. He can just bring his knight onto b3 here. That's also an option. But yeah, the problem for Magnus, it's not so easy to improve his position. Dog down to chess.com and what? Meanwhile, getting back to the title Tuesday, Hikaru is right there at the top. 8 out of 8. And Arjun and Fabiano have 7 out of 8. Not bad. At one point, they were catching up with me, but look at them now. Once upon a time, these kids. But okay, with 5.5 out of 8, it's not a bad score for us either. The usual break after 8 rounds. I'm as usual looking at all the people with scores below me, which includes Rana of me. That's a Big surprise. Pranav is always in the top in these title Tuesday events. I don't know why it's taking such a long time for the pack lane. For the break though. Usually, yeah, these are I think fair play breaks, not some humanity break where they want people to rest or something. I like Crownet's position. Getting back to the Pro League. Magnus is better, but that's pretty much the only good news for. Oh yeah, the game has been. Cool. Let's get started. Let's get started. My opponent German or is he a what is I know address means chess, but what is con German? Going back home. Going back to good and trusted systems. This just doesn't feel right. Like a dream Catalan. Catalan dream. Oh, I'm not listening to the music. Yeah, as long as there's no copyright claim because from cheap pills, don't get the algorithm idea. Let's just go for this. Sacrifice the pawn on Dubo style. Dubo Catalan. Makes sense. Defend. Opponent has a lot of activity. Lot of piece activity. Yeah. Excellent compensation for isolated pawn. He has. Before we take. Use another block. Team has been filled with blenders too. Such a stupid blender, but I play better than this, chat. No, I don't show you guys a lot of, but I do. Good move by him. It ends the game instant. Does it really? I think I should just quit the title Tuesday after this game. And let's have a look at the approaches league. Yeah, I played some games and lost. I don't exactly remember when. Yeah, let's just get out of title Tuesday. Enough with this nonsense. Oh, I had even forgotten to change those. So I had played against this person, this German. Getting back to the Pro League, the last round with all to play for, Magnus just doing his stuff. He's slowly squeezing the life out of it. He's just crazy good. He is 4 out of 4. He's going towards 8 out of 8 in the Pro Chess League. Raunak is exerting some pressure against Aryan, although he's been playing really slowly. Knight e4 incoming, knight e6, an idea. Aroniak is having pressure against Razvan. Now, if the last two boards win for Yogis, Vaishali against Jennifer and Aroniak against Razvan, then they will win this. There will be too much pressure on Talsan and Aryan Tari is not like a superstar or something like that. So that is going to be the B5 is a pressure releasing move from Black, who understandably is on the lot of pressure, but I think he's just going to lose this pawn. C takes b5, rook takes b5, takes rook b1, rook b1, d c5, knight c5. It's just going to be a pawn down, and the time situation is not really worrying for us. Yeah, so we should just take the pawn and go towards converting this position. Aryan is in a bit of bother. The only problem for Yogis is the Vidit game, but even this, it's not yet a problem actually, and Black is doing pretty okay here. He's under pressure, so that is a problem against Magnus in any circumstance, being under pressure. Oh, now we have some serious problems. Queen h7 is income. Bishop g7, Queen h7. Right. Just Bishop g7, Queen h7, Queen h6, Queen h8. Everything is income. Just gotta be next. I don't see Vidit surviving. So if what? Oh, okay. C4 is not a great move, and this is just a clear winning position for white. So he will get one back here. The Aryan Raunak game is going to be a crucial one here. If Raunak holds or wins this one, and he's certainly the one with a bit more of an initiative. These pawns are kind of weak here. So he's certainly the one with a bit more of an initiative. Although the computer evaluation says a bit differently, it's because the computer shows a super strong idea. Knight g3 and bishop d3, sacrificing the exchange. Aryan's not going to find it. There's no way he's going to find it. So if Raunak manages to win this, Yogis will win 8.5, 7.5, I think. If Aryan draws this, then it's going to be 8. So rook takes e5. Yeah, Black is the one playing for him. He's going to take this pawn, and Aryan will have to try and hold this. Although he has a bishop, so that's certainly an advantage in these types of positions. With its king is too exposed here, so they are winning this one for sure. The chess brass, and here Black doesn't really benefit from this because of bishop 8 and differences. Everything is not. So let's say this is 7.5, 5.5, 7.5, 6.5. The Aronia game would be a win for White. The Vaishali game, I have a feeling that she will do something and win this against Jennifer. First of all, Vaishali is that kind of a champion player. But secondly, she also has a very dangerous position. Pieces are against the last thing. The pressure will be too much. Which means it all comes down to this game, whether Ronak is able to win. 7.5, 7.5 is the likeliest projected score. And here also, I think Ronak has pretty decent chances to win because he has a massive timer. And Aryan is likely panicking here. I don't know why this one started. How do I get rid of this? Yeah, that's it. Aryan is also losing this. So, chat. Wow. Yogis have made an amazing comeback. And Vidit is winning. Oh my god. Magnus blundered here. He missed Knight H5. And Vidit is winning this one. Vidit is beating Magnus. Okay, guys, see, this is what happens even if you're Magnus. You play 1b3. This knight is going to f6. At best, Magnus can bail out with a draw. But Vidit is not. I don't think Vidit will let go of this one. Okay, it could still end in a draw. Queen h5 check. It could. But king f8, there is knight to g8. So only the Nashik internet is capable of saving. Magnus here. Oh man, this is incredible. Yeah, the queen gets traded. Vidit will win this, guys. Even I would win this push. Despite the way I played the title beast. So Vidit is winning this. This is massive. And yeah, you can be Magnus. Magnus is Magnus, but might be 3 1. But that is also the team pressure on Magnus. This is too much dependence on him. Just when you depend too much on one person in a team event, the pressure gets So the Yogis have made an amazing comeback. And they are going to take this one, regardless of how the Vaishali result goes. Bishop to g5 is queen b4. And Magnus has lost. So what is the position? Which means if Aroniak wins this game, he clinches it for Yogis. Will this be the time when Magnus stops playing b3? I don't think so. He likes to live on the edge. He likes to challenge himself with these kind of risk-taking behaviors. Sometimes it just doesn't pull off. To be fair, it had nothing to do with the opening. It was a blunder, and blunders happen to anyone, even to Magnus. It was quite unexpected against the runoff. But Black has way less time here, and White has a really nice position. Yeah, I think it could be with its first ever win against Magnus. Like, what a timing, man. And it had to happen when Magnus played P3. Rook A6, the rook coming onto H6. Yeah, rook will get to H6. Pawn will get to B6. He should play, yeah. It's just so much pressure. And now, how do we finish the rook? Rook H6, bishop C5, and rook H8 incoming. His white's construction is just too strong. Black's position is just hopeless. He has less time also. So this one should also be in the kitty. Or final moves. Unless Vaishali has already won, which could have happened. Because the position was such. Bishop D, yeah, this should also. Seamless technique by Aronia. Although to be fair, question doesn't really require that much of a. It's not that challenging. But yeah, this is simple, and I think he has pretty much clinched it. Vaishali has anyway won, which was expected, which was going to happen. So, wow, this is an amazing comeback by Yogis. They were down 6.5, 2.5, and then they won 7 out of 7. 9.5, 6.5. Brilliant stuff. Guys, Indian Yogi is OP, and with that, I think we'll conclude the stream today because I'm not playing any better in my title Tuesday. And Arjun, who was doing quite well, he has also lost against. He has also lost in the 10th round. Sorry, he has also lost in the 9th round. So 7 out of 9. He will get to 8 out of 10 here, but there's not a lot to play for any. So that's this week of Title Tuesday. Thank you so much, guys, and see you all for the chess this week later. Bye bye. Anshika, go study.